He says if he loses, there will be a bloodbath when he loses. Trump said if he wins, he'll be a dictator on day one. He means it, folks. We're not going to let that happen. Over my dead body will happen.
Trump loves Hitler. Biden campaign has noticed Trump's fascist speeches, and they've continually linked Trump to Hitler. And I don't know if you've noticed, but Donald Trump is a fascist, because according to the Washington Post, Trump has long toyed with the language of fascists, but is now echoing dictators like Hitler and Mussolini. I reached the same conclusions as Hitler independently.
What, in your view, would happen if he were to be reelected?
I think it would be the end of our country as we know it. People would get legitimately elected, and then they would try to do away with elections and do away with opposition and do away with a free press. And you could see it in countries where, well, Hitler was duly elected.
That's right.
Right? And so all of a sudden, somebody with those tendencies, those dictatorial, authoritarian tendencies would be like, oh, okay, we're going to shut this down. We're going to throw these people in jail. And they didn't usually telegraph that. Trump is telling us what he intends to do.
We need to listen to
Take him at his word. The man means to throw people in jail who disagree with him, shut down legitimate press outlets, do what he can to literally undermine the rule of law and our country's values.
Campaign said it wasn't Trump who reposted the video. It was one of the junior Nazis who worked for him. But what else does this man have to do for people to see what he is? Just grows a mustache? What if he grew the mustache? What if he grew a little blonde Hitler mustache, started strutting around with his arm out straight? You think it would have any effect? How many of his supporters do you think would say, all right, that's too much for me? I guess maybe 10.
This is not a normal election where you want to win. If you don't, you cooperate and do the best you can for the country and hope to win the next time. This is something that is undermining our democracy, and he must be stopped. He cannot be president.
It's just unquestionable at this point that man cannot see public office again. He is not only unfit, he is destructive to our democracy, and he has to be eliminated.
Just sit back on the sidelines and say, oh, well, don't worry, this will all work itself out. They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
And now he says if he loses again, such a whiner that he is, that it could be a bloodbath.
Thank you, President Biden.
At this point in the game, trying to parse a word like bloodbath strikes me as being entirely absurd. He's violent. In the same speech, he calls the people, hundreds and over thousands, who beat up cops a block or two away from where we're sitting today. He called them unbelievable patriots. This is violence, violence, violence.
The president was clearly talking about the impact of imports devastating the American automotive industry.
Was that clear to you? Because it was a little muddled.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution. They do not believe in the rule of law. They do not recognize the will of the people. They refuse to accept the results of a free election, empowering election deniers to undermine democracy itself. MAGA forces are determined to take this country backwards to an America where there is no right to choose, no right to privacy, no right to contraception, no right to marry who you love. They promote authoritarian leaders and they fan the flames of political violence that are a threat to our personal rights, to the pursuit of justice, to the rule of law, to the very soul of this country. Quote, a clear and present danger to our democracy. MAGA Republicans have made their choice. They embrace anger. They thrive on chaos. They live not in the light of truth, but in the shadow of lies. They spread fear and lies. Lies told for profit and power. It's within our power. It's in our hands, yours and mine, to stop the assault on American democracy.
Months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
You're so good.